In this video, I'm going to share with you what my garden looked like before I went out of town for my family vacation to Honolulu, Hawaii for 6 days. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like after I returned and there was absolutely no rain while I was gone and it didn't receive any water at all. Give me my flowers while I can smell them. I'm out here watering my garden. You can see the water. And I'm sitting on my little bench and I see a squash bug. And I hope I can get it. There's 2 of them. Look like they're mating. Came up empty-handed. Doggone it. And I see it. Here are aphids. See it right there? It's aphid. Man, I sure hate I miss the squash bugs. Oh, man. So I'm just looking all down in here. I miss them. I'm going to water some more and see if I can get them. There's another aphid. So I'm going to really flood this plant with water and just sit here. See if they come back out. They do not like water. I see an aphid. Now, let me show you. Go over here. That's an aphid. Those eggs that I showed you, that was a squash bug. I can't get them. Yes, I got them now. I got one. Don't be afraid. I'm going to squash it, put it on this brick, but I will burn it. And there was 2. So I gotta find the other one. And it's probably more. Yeah, I sure hate I missed that other squash bug. Okay, I'm watering, guys. And you can see a bug is crawling on top of that fence right there. That's a squash bug. I'm going to grab it. It's running from the water. As you can see that is a squash bug. You'll just be alert, guys, when you're watering. Aphids and squash bugs don't like water. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm going to burn this one. With the other. When I'm out here, I carry a little plastic bag. And I put them in there, I water, I sit down on my bench, and I just wait. And I concentrate on the areas where I know I've got a lot of squash. Zucchini, patty pan, scallop, it doesn't matter. And I concentrate on the areas where I have okra. And I spray all of the okra down. Because you remember, this is the container where I saw the aphids. You can drown aphids. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to use repellents, insecticides, what have you on them. Just drown them with water. It is 7:40 in the morning. It's Sunday morning. I'm going on vacation early tomorrow morning. And so now I'm going to show you what my garden looks like before I leave. And you can see that Minnesota midget cantaloupe is getting bigger. And I've tied more of it up to this cage to secure it. When I come back, it's going to be even bigger. And I will make some type of swing right in here to holster it. Guess that's the right word, guys. And I see other melons coming on, like right there and here. And I saw another one that's a little bit bigger, but I can't find it right now. But I know it's right around in here because I secured the vine to this trellis to put these two together. And I secured the trellis because we have high winds, as you can tell from my earlier videos, in the months of April, May, the beginning of June. So just want to show you what everything looks like now. I really flooded my garden, and most of my containers are large, so I think they will be okay. I don't think I need to have anybody to come over and water them. I really rinsed down good with a strong force of water the okra over here and the okra back there because I saw aphids on it. And I got all my watering cans filled up, so when I come home straight from the airport, no matter what time of day, I'll come out here and anything look like it's choking or drooping because it needs water, I have these watering cans already. Where you go? 1, 2, 3, and there's another one over there, 4, and I'll give them some water. So here's another view of the garden. The prayer garden looks pretty good. It has some windbreak and shade right in here. And the prayer garden baskets look good. Dianthus, begonias, diamond shamrock or purple oxalis, petunias and pansies. Everything looks good. Now I know I'm leaving some okra on here, but nobody's cooking today. My daughter and I are not gonna cook anything. But I know they will be too big when I come back. I would just use those for seeds because you can see we have a lot of more okra coming in. The basil looks good. Hopefully the apples will be ready to harvest when we come back. They're going to be a nice size. We see eggplant coming in right in here. I don't see any more squash bugs or anything over here. The marigolds are doing well. My zinnias this time, now you look at my old videos, you guys know I have a broad collection of zinnias, but all that rain, kind of hurt them. But it looks like we're finally going to get some pretty ones that's going to go or reach maturity because they've been really funny looking because we got so much rain. But that's okay, because the good news is in my garden zone, 8A Mesquite, Texas, I can grow zinnias, marigolds, all through the fall and in the winter until we get the first freeze. I carefully examined the squash over there. It's looking really good. When I come back, that is when I'm going to plant my green stalk. Somebody emailed me, asked me, what are you going to do with them? And that was so sweet of them. No, I haven't forgotten them, but I know what I have on my agenda, so I didn't want to take a chance of growing something when I'm out of town and then it won't get enough water. Anyway, watermelon's doing great. Sorry about rambling, but I can't help it. Excuse a 70-year-old woman. I got a reserve of water in the green stalks, getting them prepped for when I come back. Okay, so that's the garden. I hope I showed everything. Comfrey is being beat up. I'm going to take the bad leaves off of it and put it in some rainwater and let it be brewing while I'm gone. The parsley will spring back up. We had a delicious stir fry yesterday with some of this kale, some of the Swiss chard over there, and some of the celebration Swiss chard over here. And I'm telling you, with the sun-dried tomatoes, I'll insert a picture. Those sun-dried tomatoes, when it comes in contact with liquid, they puff right back up. But they have a sweet taste to them. And my daughter did that for me. I just was craving it. And I asked her, can you please cook this for me? And she did. She's a sweetheart. I'll put a picture of my baby girl. Hey, she's in her 40s, but she'll always be my baby girl. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what the garden looks like when I come back from Hawaii. Okay, guys. At first glance, the garden doesn't look too bad. I see the landscapers were here to cut the lawn. Probably lost some flowers. But everything else looks really good. Remember, there was no watering while I was gone for 6 days. Look like I lost some flowers. And yeah, up there in the prayer gardens look real dry, but I'm getting ready to get to watering right now. Hey, all right. Let's show you the bad stuff first. The mint. But I know the mint will come back. I'm gonna prune it all the way back. And here's another container of mint over here. Looking pretty bad. The dianthus, some petunias, and pansies, and triangular oxalis, those little purple plants right there. Some of them probably come back because they grow from rhizomes. The begonias are burnt up, but they'll come back as well. And let's see, let's walk over. I have 3 pots of mint right here. It's not bad, but they're going to seed. But I'm gonna get some rest and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pinch off some of the tops like so to see if I can keep them from going to seed. And if I can't, I'll just dehydrate everything. This squash plant was really drooping. It's popping back up after it got water, so I think it'll be okay. Also goes for the squash over here. I did capture 1 squash bug after I watered it. And then over here is bad. We have marigolds and zinnias died, but I told you guys the zinnias had a hard time during the real rainy period. This marigold plant is struggling. The tomato plant, the cherry ones, I decided to leave in. It looks like the birds got the few tomatoes that are on here, but some of them are still trying to produce. But I'm gonna prune this, I don't know, either all the way back and start over when it gets a little cooler, or I might leave a little of it here. Okay, something else that wasn't really good. Yeah, right over there, more zinnias. Those are on their last leg, but I can grow them all the way into a freeze. And the most horrific thing, and I knew it, were the strawberries. Let me go back out. The strawberries all in here. Most of those crowns died. But before I left Hawaii, I ordered 50 crowns for these towers, these green stalks. Okay? So I'm gonna grow flowers and strawberries in these 2, and these 2 smaller layers, we're gonna grow some herbs that are heat tolerant. Now let's show you what look good. It's a little bad right here with the watermelon, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. Swiss chard is getting bigger. The flowers look pretty. Squash over there looks pretty good. It's still a little droopy, but it'll perk up. And the Swiss chard and the stevia. See the stevia right there is doing really well. And I've got 2 orange habanero pepper plants looking pretty good over there. Parsley is picking back up. This is the only zinnia plant that looks like it could survive. And there are some pink ones down there, so I'm happy about that. This apple tree is looking good. Marigold's looking good. The eggplant is struggling, but we have some nice blooms. It's gonna be okay. I know I want to show you something. Over here, the okra. I told you guys I was gonna have some big pods of okra that I'm gonna use for seeds. But the plant itself lost a few leaves, but it doesn't look too bad. Eggplant over here looking pretty good. The roses are blooming, looking good. These Hungarian hot wax peppers are looking good. And everything over here is looking good. Okra looking good. These flowers, the marigolds all bloomed while I was gone. And before I left, I told you guys I had, okay, that's a bee. I'm not gonna bother that. See it? Because she's on her job pollinating. But you remember this cantaloupe is doing good. And I told you guys I saw one in the first part of the video, which was 6 days ago. And there it is right there. It has grown a whole lot. And I saw them when I was watering. It's so hard, guys, because there it goes. There's one right there because it's green and the leaves are green. But there are a couple more on here. Once I get 4 or 5, I will start trimming the vine off. I have grown this Minnesota midget cantaloupe a lot, and I know what size containers I have, and it can accommodate a lot. So I'm going to try to grow about 5 or 6 if I'm lucky. If not, we'll take what we can get. They're super sweet. Okay, guys, this concludes this video. I pray that you all are doing well. We had a wonderful time in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I'll make a video about that. But I'll close this video out by sharing just a few pictures with you. Take care, everybody. You know that I love you, and God loves you too. Bye now.